regular visitor to the top of the box office charts, Kevin Costner is scouting out some new territory in his new frontier adventure, Dances with Wolves. Not only does Costner star, he also produces and directs the story of a lone cavalry officer in the Old West who develops a new appreciation for the Indian culture of the Great Plains. We talked to Costner and his co-stars recently at the world premiere in Washington, D.C.
In 1863, a young Civil War hero heads west to experience the last of a wild and free country, and he discovers something unexpected, himself. The film is Dances with Wolves, a sweeping Western adventure directed by and starring Kevin Costner.
Right now, just hold off on that. Imagine, you guys, this is the lens. This is what the lens will do as it comes through.
Lieutenant John J. Dunbar?
Yes, sir.
Just hear that you've been decorated.
Yes, sir.
And they sent you here to be posted?
Actually, sir, I'm here at my own request. I've always wanted to see the frontier.
You want to see the frontier?
Yes, sir. Before it's gone.
Do you see these three boxes?
Dances with Wolves tracks Lieutenant Dunbar's journey west, where he discovers a people and a way of life he is irresistibly attracted to.
Why Dances with Wolves? Obviously, this is a project close to your heart. Why?
Well, I don't know. You know, we all have feelings about things. I have feelings about the formation of the country. I have feelings about people. So it's not surprising me that it's set in the American West, but it could have easily been a drama in New York. The critical thing is it would be about people and why they get along, why they don't.
This particular human drama came to life on the prairies of South Dakota, recreating an entire Indian culture at a place where the buffalo still roam.
We started with originally actually 3,300 buffalo. Never before have that many buffalo been worked in a given scene. We had a helicopter, we had 10 pickups, I had 24 Indians riding bareback on horses. When you look at stunts, guys riding in and amongst buffalo, Kevin does it himself.
Well, there was 20 of us riding in the middle of this herd at full speed. And a horse got out of control and slammed into my horse and knocked me down. I just got up and Norman came over and he had my double horse there and I said, get off. And he did, you know, and I said, bridle that sucker up, and he did. He's a good hand and got back into it. And I just kept riding. About 2 minutes later, we got a great shot out of it.
Greene, a Canadian Iroquois stage actor, plays Kicking Bird, the tribe's holy man and Dunbar's first contact with his new neighbors.
You there!
Ah, Kicking Bird, the wonderful absent-minded medicine man, who was based on an actual character named Kicking Bird, who lived in the northwest part of the United States, and he believed that Europeans and native people could get along and live in harmony, and he was all for it, but his people were against it. In a little small circle, they got together and sent him on to the next world.
Very different than the traditional Hollywood Western about cowboys and Indians. How would you compare the two?
Well, it's like comparing a tricycle to a Porsche. We were driving the Porsche.
Mary McDonnell stars as Stands with a Fist, a white woman brought up by the Sioux who Dunbar falls in love with.
Grass grows on the prairie. Petaki oblaya elti.
Wrong.
Wrong?
You said fire lives on the prairie.
I did?
You have, I think, one of the toughest roles in the picture because you have to play bits and pieces of two cultures, two languages, and torn a little bit between an attraction toward one and a love for the other.
That's right. Yeah, it was very interesting exactly that you explained. And I experienced that a lot, just naturally being the actress who was not the Native American and living on the set with these people. And it was almost the immediate helped me understand the story.
Producer, director, actor, I know it's an awful lot of work for a picture of this magnitude and this scope. Would you do it again tomorrow?
Of this scope? I don't know if I'd do one of this scope. I really don't. But I would do it, and not tomorrow. I'm like gonna sleep tomorrow.
Kevin Costner, who deserves a rest after producing, directing, and starring in Dances with Wolves. A great job, and I love this picture.
This is a great picture. If you're a Kevin Costner fan, you can't go wrong. Also, the movie itself has such wonderful production values. You see the action sequences with the buffalo and the horses. Also, the sunsets, everything about this movie is really beautiful.
Yeah, wonderful photography and a wide sweeping epic. I think those pictures are always great anyway. In high time we had a Western like this where the Indians are real people too. And you know, even the Cowboys here, you see more than one dimension, not just the toughness that they need to survive, but also a sense of humor, a sense of friendship, a sense of wonder at the countryside. Lots of great reasons to see Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, it's a good old-fashioned movie, but you see the other side. You don't see just the cavalry and the cowboys being the good guys. You see some emotion and feeling from both sides, and I think that's important.
You bet. Okay, we highly recommend Dances with Wolves.